بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Iqra, a show designed to help you improve your recitation of the Holy Quran step by step. In this show, we have been focusing on ilm Tajweed, the science of the correct recitation of the Holy Quran. As we mentioned previously, Tajweed is divided into three branches. The first branch is Makharij al-Huruf, the pronunciation of the letters. The second branch is Sifat al-Huruf, the qualities or attributes of the letters as they stand on their own. And finally, we have Ahkam al-Huruf, the rules of the letters when they combine or join with other letters to form words and ayat of the Holy Quran. In the last two episodes, we have looked in some detail at Makharij al-Huruf, the pronunciation of the letters. We will now move on today to the second branch, Sifat al-Huruf, the attributes of the letters. So the first quality that we will be looking at today is called the quality of isti'la. Isti'la literally means elevation. So the technical meaning of the term refers to the lifting or elevating of the root of the tongue towards the roof of the mouth. What does this quality mean in layman's terms? Basically, simply put, the letters of isti'la are the heavy letters of the Arabic alphabet. They are pronounced with a rounded mouth full of air to produce a heavy, full sound. So the key question is, what are these letters of isti'la? The 7 letters of isti'la are Kha, Sad, Dad, Ta, Va, Ghain, and Qaf. Let's repeat them once more. We have Kha, Sad, Dad, Ta, Va, Ghain, and Qaf. So these are the 7 letters of isti'la. The thing to remember is that these letters are always pronounced heavily. It doesn't matter what vowel sound or haraka they carry. So whether these letters have fatha or kasra or dhamma or even sukoon, they will always be pronounced with a full mouth. As we look at examples from the Holy Quran to illustrate this quality, inshallah, the nature of this sifa will become more clear. So let's begin with the first letter, Kha. Kha, when pronounced with fatha, will be pronounced as Kha. I will not pronounce this letter as Kha, stretching my mouth with horizontally and giving it a soft, light quality. That would be incorrect. So I have to pronounce this letter as Kha with fatha. I also won't pronounce it as Kha. Many of us have been taught to pronounce the fatha with an sound. So we've been taught that alif with fatha is pronounced as ba with fatha is pronounced as ba, ta with fatha is pronounced as ta, tha, ja, ha, kha, and so on. But this is a misconception due to our cultural backgrounds and the influences of our own languages, especially if we are from the subcontinent in particular. So, in actual fact, Kha as a heavy letter with a fatha will be pronounced as Kha. A light letter like alif or ba or ta, when carrying a fatha, will be pronounced as ba, ta, tha, ja, ha, and so on. When we look at the light letters in detail, we will discuss this further. So, Kha with fatha, pronounced heavily with a full mouth, rounded, will be pronounced as Kha. When Kha has a long vowel of fatha, it will be pronounced as Kha. Let's turn to the Holy Quran to look at a few examples that we find with these letters, with the letter Kha. So, if you repeat the word after me, you can check your own pronunciation to see if you're giving the quality of isti'la or not. Are we ready? خلق. You have a go now? Notice that I did not pronounce it as خلق. That would be incorrect because I'm giving it a light quality instead of the heavy quality that kha has. So خلق, خالق, ختم, خرج, خاشية. Good. So this is the letter kha with fatha. Now let's move on to kha with the vowel kasra. Kha carrying a kasra will be pronounced as khi. Notice that I'm still rounding my mouth and filling it with air, even though it has kasra. Khi. If I stretch my mouth and pronounce it with an empty mouth, it would sound like this. Khi. That is incorrect. So kha with a kasra will be pronounced as khi. When kha carries a long vowel of kasra, it will be pronounced as khi. Again, let's turn to the Holy Quran and look at a few examples. I'm sure you can come up with more of your own, but I've just chosen a few just so that we can practice applying this quality of isti'la. Don't be afraid to have a go and repeat the word after me aloud so that you can hear yourself and make sure that you are pronouncing it correctly. خفت, خيفة, خضر, خنزير, Good. Shall we try that once more? خفت, خيفة, خنزير. And a new one for you. آخرة, آخرة. Good try. So, let's move on to the next vowel now. We have kha with dhamma. Kha with dhamma, again with a full mouth, is pronounced as khu. Kha with the long vowel of dhamma will be pronounced as khu. Remember, you're not pronouncing it as khu, which is lighter and softer and sweeter. The difference is a bit subtle, but you have to be careful because we want to maintain the quality of isti'la. So, khu. Again, a few examples from the Holy Quran to illustrate this point. So, we have خُلِقَ, خُضْرٌ, أَخٌ, and with the long vowel of dhamma, يَخُوضُ. Good. So, I'm sure you could hear the heavy quality of the sound coming out. So that's kha with dhamma. We now look at kha with sukoon. Are we ready for some practice? Okay. So we have يَخْرُجُ. Try that again. يَخْرُجُ, فَخْرُجْ, مُخْتَلِفُونَ, and يَخْتَلِفُ. Now, when the letter has dhamma, it's a little bit tricky to give the heavy quality because we have to maneuver our mouths very quickly in order to give the heavy rounded quality and then move on to the next letter and not give that same quality to the following letter if it's not a heavy letter. So, the kha is a little bit tricky when to pronounce with isti'la when it has sukoon, but inshallah with practice, I'm sure we'll be able to manage it perfectly, inshallah. So, we've looked at this letter with fatha, kasra, dhamma, and sukoon. Now let's move on to the rest of the letters of isti'la. We have 6 more letters of isti'la to discuss. And And I'm sure if you can remember what they are صاد, ضاد, طاء, ظاء, غين, and قاف. So let's look at each of these letters in turn and use the examples from the Holy Quran to ensure that we are giving that correct quality of heaviness to each of these letters. We begin with صاد. Now I'll use different examples from the Holy Quran with varying vowels so that we can make sure we can pronounce this letter with the correct quality no matter what harakah it carries. Are we ready? So, examples of words with صاد. We have صلح. Notice I'm not saying صلح, which makes it sound a bit like seen as well. And I'm also not giving the correct quality of isti'la. So صلح. Okay. Then we have صالحين, صدقة, صحف, صراط. Remember, especially when the letter carries kasra, although our natural inclination is that when a letter carries kasra, we tend to make it light and soft and sweet, we have to make that extra effort to make sure that we don't make the letter light when it carries kasra if it is a letter of isti'la. So صراط. For example, in Surah Al-Fatiha, when we say صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم, we should make sure that we are pronouncing صراط with the heaviness that it possesses. So صراط, أصدق, أصدق. Okay, be careful that when we say this word, for example, we don't make the alif heavy, nor do we make the dal that follows the sad heavy as well. Only the sad in between is pronounced with this quality of isti'ala. أصدق. Good, excellent. So sad. Let's move on to ضاد now. We have ضرب, ضرب. Good. We have ضالين, ضالين. ضحى, يضرب, ضرب. Good, excellent. So that is ضاد. Few more letters to go now. We have طاء. Again, a letter of isti'la, so let's give that heavy quality in the examples that we've chosen. طور, طائر, طير, أطهر, once more, let's pick a few more examples. We have أطراف, طين, and تطهيرا. Good. So that is طاء. Moving now on to ظاء. Again a heavy letter, so let's give that heavy quality. We have ظهير, ظهير. Notice my mouth is always rounded and full of air when I pronounce a letter of isti'la. ظهير. ظالم, ظالم. يظلمون, يظلمون. ظن, and ظل, ظل. Remember, kasra, make sure it's still heavy, even though we have a tendency to make it light. ظل. Good, excellent effort. Moving on now on to غين. غين. lots of examples with the letter Ghain in the Holy Quran. We're just going to pick a few. We have Maghrib, Ghaiba, Ghafoor, Ghafara, Ghafilin, and Ghita'aka, Ghita'aka. Try that once more because of the kasra. Ghita'aka. Good, well done. And finally we have our last and seventh letter, which is the letter Qaf. Not the other Kaf, but the Qaf with the sharp makharij. Qaf, this Qaf. Again, looking at some examples, lots and lots of examples in the Holy Quran. The Quran is replete with words that contain the letter Qaf. A few common ones are Qala, which is repeated quite often in the Holy Quran. Qala, Qul, Qul, Qila, Qila. Notice I'm not saying Qila, stretching my mouth horizontally. That would be not giving the letter the quality of isti'ala. It would be giving a light quality. So Qila, Qatala, Iqra, Iqra. Excellent. So we have the 7 letters of isti'ala here. We've looked at a few examples. Just to recap and remind ourselves of the 7 letters, they are Kha, Sad, Dad, Ta, Dha, Ghain, and Qaf. Now it's really, really important that we have these letters embedded in our memories, imprinted in our minds, because when we approach the Holy Quran, we don't have time to sit and think, okay, which letters are isti'ala, which are heavy letters, which are light letters. So we need to make sure that we remember these letters and have memorized these letters so that when we approach the Quran, we just need to then apply the quality. Okay? So the 7 letters of isti'ala. Alhamdulillah, we now understand what this quality is about. We've begun to apply it, but we've just begun to put our toes in the water. Now it is up to you to go home, practice, 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 and then improve and refine this quality so that we can pronounce it and apply it very well, inshallah. So now we'll look at a surah that includes all 7 of these letters of isti'ala, Surah Al-Ghashiyah. There are lots of surahs in the 30th juz which are good for practicing this quality. So Surah Al-Ghashiyah, ayat 1 to 15. We'll listen to the Qari recite. If you're able to, try and recite alongside the Qari so that you can also improve your own recitation. Okay? So, let's listen to the Qari now.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم هل أتاك حديث الغاشية وجوه يومئذ خاشعة عاملة ناصبة تصلى نارا حامية تسقى من عين آنية ليس لهم طعام إلا من ضريع لا يسمن ولا يغني من جوع وجوه يومئذ ناعمة لسعيها راضية في جنة عالية لا تسمع فيها لاغية فيها عين جارية فيها سرر مرفوعة وأكواب موضوعة ونمارق مصفوفة.
Good. I know that was challenging, but now, inshallah, when you have time on your own, listen to this surah, listen to the Qari recite this surah repeatedly. Also, you can practice using other surahs of the Holy Quran, for example, Surah Al-Infitar, Surah Al-Ghashiyah, Surah Al-Qari'ah. These surahs are excellent for practicing this quality. For now, let's end with a short dua. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. اللهم ارزقنا بكل حرف من القرآن حلاوة وبكل كلمة كرامة وبكل آية سعادة وبكل سورة سلامة وبكل جزء جزاء بفضلك وجودك وكرمك يا أرحم الراحمين وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين. O Allah, grant us grace through every letter of the Holy Quran, honor through every word, happiness through every ayah, security through every surah. By your grace, generosity and kindness, O the most merciful of the merciful. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.